Let's make some pepper steak. This is a lot. We're making a lot. Gonna season this up. Some Italian dressing. The best. Garlic powder. If you see me use a lot of seasonings here, listen, there's a lot of meat in here, all right? Onion powder, oregano, black pepper, adobo, and some paprika. Pepper steak is actually one of my favorite meals. I feel like I definitely don't make it enough. I also feel like my mother bought meat to feed an army. What is this? I'm gonna cook it all though. While I let that sit there and marinate for a few minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and cut up my peppers. Since it was so much meat, I almost considered doing it in batches, and then I realized I don't have time for that. It's already 6 o'clock and I need to get dinner done. So we put it in here. I'm gonna let it create its own juices. I'm gonna throw everything in the pot right now. I got a green bell pepper and a red bell pepper. You could essentially put any peppers that you want in here. And I like to put onions in my pepper steak, but that's a personal preference. You definitely don't have to. So I have a little purple onion here, half of a large one. I'm gonna put 2 cubes of frozen garlic in here. Actually, I'm just gonna throw all 3 in because I only have 1 left anyway. And what's left of my sofrito. It's about a tablespoon or so. Since I'm gonna need water anyway, we're gonna get whatever's left in that. And of course the meat bowl too, okay? Give this a stir. I'm not adding anything to this yet. I'm gonna let it go so that it creates its own juices. I'm gonna put my lid on it. My lid is kind of wonky, as you can see, so it has its own like venting holes. If not, put it to the side like this. It's gonna create its own juices, but it's also gonna cook up nicely, you know. I'm gonna let that do its thing, and then we'll come back and do the rest. I took the cover off, and now I want some of those juices to start to really evaporate. Now that all the liquids have reduced down, this is also a personal preference. You don't have to add tomato sauce to your pepper steak, but I enjoy it. This is how I've always made it, so I'm gonna add some tomato sauce. I'm not sure if I'm gonna add this whole can. Let's see. I ended up just using the whole can because I got a lot of steak in here anyway. Those juices from the marinade, we're gonna pour that in there. Probably not all of it. I also added my sofrito little container. I put that in there too. It's okay to add this in there because this is gonna cook more. I want all of my meat down in there like that. This whole time I have not lowered my flame from medium high. Bring it down to medium. I'm gonna put my lid on a nice tilt so that way it can reduce down again. Right now we're just looking for our meat to get nice and tender. All right, this is looking absolutely delicious. What I like to do right at the end is I'm gonna add some frozen peppers to it. The peppers when they're frozen get nice and soft much quicker than when the pepper's fresh, you know. So basically I'm adding them in there. I'm gonna let them sit in that nice hot steak for a little while. They're gonna get nice and soft and it's time to eat. And there she is. Look at how delicious that looks. One thing I forgot to mention is in that last half an hour of cooking, I did add a little pinch of beef bouillon and a packet of sazon. And if you saw my video, you already know we made this yellow rice in the rice cooker. Don't come for me, okay? Sometimes it's just easier. Want a bite? Go ahead. Only thing that's missing right now is a nice piece of avocado. Ugh. That is so delicious. This is one of my favorite meals, y'all. For real. I feel like I say that a lot. I have a list of favorite meals, okay? This just happens to be at the top. And the meat is so tender. So good.